I found my husband's secret journal and discovered a truth he'd been hiding for 20 years. I'm 48 years old and have been married to Randy for nearly 20 years. We met in college, and I've never had eyes for another man. Randy is incredibly handsome, and he was a wonderful father to our kids. He's got this magnetic personality that draws everyone in wherever we go. He's the type who becomes buddies with strangers within minutes, and he's only gotten more attractive with age. I honestly thought we had the perfect life, a quiet, happy existence after raising our family. Even though discovering his truth has shattered my world, I'm not sure I can walk away after everything we've built together. When we were younger, we both loved hiking, so we made it our mission to conquer as many national parks as we could manage. We ended up exploring over 25 parks together and collecting countless amazing memories along the way. We saw incredible mountains, deep canyons, and peaceful forests, sharing everything together. It felt like we were building our own little world, just the two of us against the wilderness. After our outdoor adventures, we decided it was time for a family, and since then, our life has been relatively peaceful, or at least I thought so. Last week, I was cleaning out the attic searching for some old photo albums when I accidentally knocked over a dusty cardboard box. The attic was hot and full of forgotten things, and I was feeling a bit nostalgic already. While putting everything back, I found a small black journal with worn edges. It looked old and a little hit up. All our children are grown now, with our youngest son turning 19 this year. He was always writing stories and drawing when he was little, so I assumed the journal might be his from when he was younger, maybe around 10 years old. I started flipping through it, planning to only read a page or two to relive some sweet memories. I know some people might judge me for reading it, but I honestly thought it was from when he was about 10. I just wanted to see if there were any heartwarming childhood moments I'd forgotten. I miss having my kids at home so much these days, and sometimes I desperately crave any reminders of when they were little, since those were such precious years for our family. I thought maybe I'd find a funny story about a school trip, or a drawing of our old dog. Well, I sure got more than I expected. It only took a few entries before I realized the journal actually belonged to Randy. His handwriting was messy but familiar. This is probably where I messed up. Maybe I should have put it away immediately when I figured out it was his, but curiosity won out. A little voice told me to stop, but I couldn't. I kept reading page after page and discovered he'd been keeping it during our hiking years. That meant Randy was about 30 and I was 28 at the time. Everything seemed normal until he wrote about our trip to Yellowstone. Thinking back, that was one of our worst adventures from my view, because I sprained my ankle badly on the second day. It was so painful, and I was so upset. I ended up stuck at our cabin for 3 days straight during our vacation, icing my swollen ankle and feeling miserable. I was so disappointed about missing out on the hiking trails with Randy, but naturally, I didn't want to spoil his trip too, so I encouraged him to go explore without me, just asking him to stay safe and keep his phone charged. I remember feeling a bit lonely while he was gone, but I truly wanted him to enjoy the park. According to what he told me, he met some other hikers and went on a challenging trail with them one day. It sounded exciting, but I was literally icing my swollen ankle while he described the day, so I wasn't fully listening. I guess I should have paid attention, because in the next few journal entries, Randy detailed how he ended up hooking up with some park ranger they'd met at one of the trailheads. My breath caught in my throat, my heart dropped like a stone when I read those words, and I started hoping this was just some made-up story, a piece of fiction he was writing, rather than actual events from my husband's life. But the details felt too real, too personal. He described their encounter thoroughly, along with the shame he felt afterward. In the journal, he explained he decided not to tell me since I was already in pain, and he didn't want to make my vacation any worse. To Randy's credit, he wrote several pages about how terrible he felt about his mistake and how much he regretted it. He wrote about how much he loved me and how the guilt was eating him up. But honestly, the damage was done for me. The words were burned into my mind. I spent the rest of the evening just sitting on our porch swing, staring at nothing, the world feeling blurry. I couldn't believe I'd been deceived for literally 20 years. I knew Randy and I needed to have a difficult conversation, and there was no way I could keep this to myself. The thought of confronting him made my stomach clench. But still, he's the man I love, the father of my children, my best friend for so long. Divorcing him over this, after building a whole life together, would be the most difficult decision I've ever faced, and I'm not sure I have the courage.